Yay! What's up, you guys? Happy Friday. Welcome to episode 74 of the First and 10 NFL New York Jets podcast. How you doing today, brother?
It's Football Friday.
Yes,
I
it
should,
is.
I should be pumped.
Of
I
course you should.
I should be excited.
Of
Okay.
course you should.
And I had a few people talk me off the ledge. They said it's only one game. But you want, Kevin, I almost didn't want to do this podcast today because it's like, what can I say? I understand some people are trying to put a positive spin on things and it doesn't look as bad as what we watched. I'm sorry. I have no bright spots. I
You got
have
your
no. I,
Do you have any receipts? Do you have your receipts?
I'm going to start collecting my receipts starting today. I'm going to start collecting. I would figure, Kevin, for 46 years I have receipts.
You and me both.
What did we talk about in one of our episodes? I think we said this team is 50 some odd years old, maybe 60, and they had what we said. Was it 31 or 30 some odd losing seasons?
Mm-hmm.
That's half my life. That's half my life. This organization's lost.
Terrific.
Losing seasons.
Now, if that ain't freaking misery, I don't know what is,
Yeah.
right?
What did we say? 12, maybe 13, 14 times in the history of this team, they made the playoffs.
There's winning and there's misery. There ain't nothing else.
One Super Bowl. What, other than the Super Bowl year, what? 4 AFC championships other than the Super Bowl year that we won? I think it's 4, right? 2 under Rex, 1 under Walt Michaels, and then was it the following year in Super Bowl 4? If we would have beat the Chiefs, we would have went back, or was that the divisional round in 70?
I don't remember.
Okay. Well, whatever.
I don't remember.
You know what I'm trying to say.
You're right.
For a team that's not rich in tradition and has a fan base as loyal as ours, and we are loyal. We are loyal. All right. For a coach to come out and tell you he's taking receipts, why are you even reading the BS that media guys and knuckleheads like us are saying?
Who are you directing it at? The media?
I don't
the
know.
Fans, or both?
Or both. You know, nowadays, Kevin, the great thing about technology like this, and I'm an old fogey, everyone is a sports reporter. Everyone could get on, say what they feel, and let the public see it.
I mean, hey, more power to you. If that's what it takes to pump you guys up, so you go out and kick the Browns' ass in the dog pound, so be it. Because you got to do something. Because
now, before I get into
and I got to say one more thing. That last week on the podcast, the post game, I said to you, "Oh, I was watching Flacco, and sometimes he was like, You had said to me about we had missed his post game comments. Okay, you had read me a couple of quotes or something. So I went back and I watched it.
Okay.
What does he say?
Go on, listening.
Sometimes we were just walking up. We'd make a big play and we'd just walk up to the line like ho hum, nonchalant,
But you know what? Let me ask you a question, Kev.
And I asked myself,
Go ahead.
How do you walk up? How are you ho hum about anything in front of 78,000 people in your home opener?
Well, that's my question to you, Kev. Is that coaching, or is that our quarterback leader being ho hum, Joe, or supposedly cool? Because that's his new name for me, Joseph. Like, isn't he supposed to be fired up? Isn't he supposed to say, "Let's go, let's go"? You're the team leader. Isn't he supposed to be like rah rah again? These guys.
Todd Bowles was more fired up on the Bucs sideline the other day.
My God, I just watched these quarterbacks last night, Mahomes and Justin Herbert, who played with an injury and throw great passes. And I'm really praying, and I know you have your doubts, so I'm not here to convince you. I'm hoping, praying that when Zach comes back, and hoping that it's going to be next week against the Bengals, we start to look like a team and not a lifeless piece of
You and me
doo-doo.
both. Well, I would hope you would look like that this weekend, no matter who's playing quarterback.
Kevin, I'm sorry, and people are going to probably rip me and say, what kind of fan are you? I have no hope for this weekend. And let me tell you,
could get rough back there for Joe.
But not only that, Kevin, like I just don't, you're a coach in year one, you have your rough spots. You knew it was going to be rough spots. You're learning. Year two, I feel like Salah took 3 steps back. And I'm going to explain. We watched this coaching staff, I believe on Tuesday or Wednesday, say that, Whitehead was week to week. Week to week. It was sometimes
he returned to practice today, didn't he?
He's probably gonna play on Sunday.
Well, it's week to week from last week to this week.
Yeah. Well, if that's what I took it as week to week.
Listen, I don't know what to take it as.
No, I know. And then, we signed Uzomah, who only saw 23 snaps last week. None of them were targeted to him, I believe.
He's on the injury report.
Now he hurt himself in practice.
Like he's doubtful.
Yeah. Game time decision. Fanton with the knee. Now, all these guys practice this week, but I don't get this. It went from Whitehead week to week. Don't know if he's here this week to playing, to Uzomah not getting enough balls, try to find more balls, to now he hurt his hamstring. I think, right, the hamstring it was in practice.
And when you first heard about Whitehead, there was like, well, he's probably not going to play. He's out, probably.
Yeah. And that was the reason for signing Willie Parks, for bringing Willie Parks back into the fold.
Right. What are you doing?
Now, you're bringing a kicker, a punter. You sign him to the practice squad, but you're not going to use him this week unless Man had a bad practice. And they're choking up to the reason why Man had a bad game was his back was stiff. You know what? I'm at the point where if you're going to – you see what the Colts did? Bravo to them. Their field goal kicker, blanking something, had a bad game, blew the final kick to win the game, and they cut him. It wasn't, we'll bring in someone else and give him another chance. They cut his ass. When are we going to get tough like that?
I don't know.
We need to see a second and a third. And I liked Man his first couple of years, but enough for it. A guy's got to be held accountable. And if you're not going to do your job, get the hell out of here. Get out of here.
Listen, you can't keep making 20-yard punts.
No. So, but we're going to see Man to see how he does this week before we decide to cut him. Now, what happens, Kevin, if we're in, let's say just hypothetical, we're winning 21-17. We have to punt it deep and hope our defense can hold him. And he shanks one.
And he shanks a 20-yarder.
And now we're 0-2, and we're going to say, well, we could have won the game if it wasn't. Now we're going to cut him. Too late. These guys have to be accountable. If they're not going to do their job, what they're being paid for, I give the coach all the credit for not even thinking twice. They cut the kicker. It wasn't we're bringing someone else in. We're going to give you another shot. Here's your competition. They cut his ass. Coaches with balls, and that's my next.
Any word on what kind of practices he had, or
no? I didn't hear anything today, Kev. With us doing the show now, and that's my fault because of my schedule on Fridays, I don't get to see a lot of things that we get to so late on Friday nights and Saturday mornings before we came on. It sounds like they're giving him one more shot at this.
Okay.
All right, so that's one thing. Before I get into my big bull speech, because I have a big bull speech to talk about.
I know what that is.
You know? Did you see the clip I sent you from Mike LaFleur?
Yes, I did.
What was that about? Now, Kevin, explain to me, because I read it out of anger. I watched it out of anger. I didn't want to argue with people on Twitter about it. is this Mims 2.0?
With
Because he
Wilson.
doesn't know
Yeah.
the F and the Z, they're not going to use him more than what they've used him.
You have like a freakish talent maybe, and you're going to keep him.
So Jet fans, you all complained about Mims, and I get it, but get ready to complain. The only thing I feel the coaching staff learned from the Mims incident is that since Wilson could play this one position to a T, they're going to put him out there, but only in that play call or in that position. Pretty soon teams are going to know, oh, he's out there. This is the kind of play. I don't care if he doesn't know the F, the Z, the A, the G, all the chords on the fucking guitar. I don't care. Figure out a game plan to use your best weapon.
Yeah, man. Hey, that's what it's all about. You know, you're supposed to play to your players' strengths, not have them
not to what you think you're doing well. You think you're a mad genius. You're not Bill Walsh. You don't have any Super Bowl rings, Mr. LaFleur. Stop thinking you're this mad scientist.
You know, no matter who it is, this guy may run slants like nobody's business. So put him in the slot. No matter who it is.
You know what? Figure out the game plan for what these guys do well. Can you imagine him and Mims if you could learn how to friggin'? I'm sorry. You know what, Kevin? I don't know X's and O's, and I keep saying I wish somebody would explain to me. But again, you have this young talent, and because he doesn't know the F and the Z position as well as his first, we're not going to get him more in the game. And then again, I know I'm repeating myself, for Salah to throw him under the bus on that little catch where he almost turned nothing into a first down and said, well, if he just put his head down, he's a rookie. This is what you're saying about your rookie who made, to me, was the most electrifying play of the first half.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Kevin, this is what I don't want to do. Like, I don't want to come on here week after week and say this crap over and over again. Is Mims going to be inactive again this week?
Probably.
We scored 9 friggin' points, but we're gonna bring out all the fans who love Cager. Let's bring him out again. Who's the 6th receiver? Jeff Smith? Let's bring him onto the team.
9 at home.
But I just hope the Wilson doesn't turn into Mims 2.0 because he doesn't know the other 2 positions. Can you imagine? And again, I'm just talking as a fan. I'm not an X's and O's guy. Can you imagine Belichick trading or signing or free agency, bringing in Randy Moss, but Randy Moss only knows one of the 3 wire, and he says, no, we can't use him yet. The mad scientist will find a way to get him in the game.
You're inactive today. Go sit down.
Yeah. Now, we cut Willie Parks, and now in a tissy, in a hustle, we got to get him back. Like, even that, don't we know how to evaluate talent? Like, why aren't we better at evaluating? Like, what did LaMarcus Joyner show you that he got beat last week on that play that a Peanut couldn't have showed you, or a Willie Parks couldn't have showed you? I'm just at a loss, Kevin. I'm just at a loss, and I hate coming on here and just doing the same shtick, same. I didn't want to call it.
Well, listen. We see the same crap every week.
Yeah.
For years.
Drake London, a rookie, had himself a game. Dotson, wide receiver from Penn State, was targeted 3 times. 2 of them were for touchdowns, and one of them was a nice, acrobatic looking catch. Meanwhile, our guy, he has to wait till in all 3 positions. So we might not see him for 4 quarters until 8, 9, 10 weeks if he learns all the 3 positions.
Instead of them worrying about what he doesn't know, why don't you focus on what he knows?
Yeah. Highlight what he does well and make it part of the game plan.
I don't get it.
Kevin, I watched Good Morning Football all week, and even listening to them, we're already at the bottom of the barrel. No one's even talking about us. People are more hyped about Jacksonville this week going to beat the Colts because they think they have the Colts number, because I think they beat them like 2 or 3 in a row.
Unless we win, and maybe even if we do, ain't nobody going to talk about this team till Wilson gets back.
No.
And they might just talk about it then because he's coming back, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Unless you decide to do something.
And Kevin, we wanted competitive football. And instead of being out of it by half, we were out of it after the third quarter. I don't want to hear. I heard a few people say, "Oh, Davis had a good game." It was in garbage time. You don't even what you saw in the fourth quarter. Don't even count that as football. That was flag football. You saw the Ravens play.
Yeah,
they had that game when it was 24-3.
And I mean, Fant's questionable, right?
Yeah, let me pull up the last injury report I got going into tomorrow.
I got Fant questionable. Wilson out, obviously.
All right.
Whitehead.
I got George Fant today. It's questionable, but he did practice fully. The only one who did not practice was Huzama, and he's doubtful. Zach limited practice, but he's out.
How about Berrios? Because he was questionable on this injury report.
Yep, hold on. Braxton Berrios, heel. As of today, he was full practice, but he's questionable.
He'll go.
Yeah, I know. I get the gamesmanship, but I don't get week to week, maybe 2-3 weeks to now playing. Like, I don't get what this medical staff and how our coaches are delivering it. Now,
and hey, I'm looking at these stats on the injury report here, and I know it's only week 1. Total points, 926.
What's that, 926?
Total points per game. I know it's only been 1 game. 9 for us, 26 for Cleveland.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to pull something up because we didn't have at least I didn't have the final stats in front of me last week when we talked. Well, let me see if I could pull this up real quick. Hold on, give me a second.
Rushing yards allowed after 1 game.
Yeah, but Kevin, you see, that's all. See, to me, like when you see, like I saw on the NFL today, NFL Network, we have the 6th best rushing defense because we only gave up 63 yards. But our pass defense gave up over 200 yards.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, 213.
When you put and football, because they do it by yards, it's deceiving because you might be ranked the 5th best defense after week 1 because you only gave up 230 yards, but you lost the game. But that has more to do with 3 fumbles on our side of the field, 3 turnovers on our side of the field.
I mean, to me, with Cleveland, you stop the 2 running backs, you got a shot.
If, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
So
I have this badass run defense. So
let me just read out to you the full stats for last week, the fourth quarter full stats, without telling. And I know you know the score, but if I read these out to you, you thought we won this game. Now I understand you can't always go. There's the little things in the game that happen, but total drives I'm sorry. Let me start from the beginning. First downs. They only had 13 first downs to our 24. Okay? I'm just giving you the big numbers. Total plays, they had 53 to our 79. Total yards, 274 to our 380. Passing, 211 to our 297. Rushing, 63 to our 83. Time of possession, we beat them by 5 minutes. Why did we lose 24-9? 3 turnovers?
Yeah.
Penalties? Because we did beat them
I
on the penalties.
guess.
We finished with 6 penalties for 81 yards. A little too much for me.
I mean, you're talking about turnovers in the red zone too, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're leaving points out there.
We were more efficient on fourth down, getting first downs than we were on third down getting first downs. 2 for 14 on third down efficiency, 3 for 4 on fourth down efficiencies.
Missed field goals, an extra point, you know, you're leaving points out there.
Yeah. And that leads me to big balls. My topic today is big balls. And I'm going to give you 2 examples. And you're going to tell what's that?
AC/DC.
Yep. And you're going to tell me what the final results were. So here you got the Dolphins coach, McDaniel, right? 4th and 2nd, 18 seconds left in the half. Deep in his zone. His defense is kicking the shit out of the Patriots. They're controlling the game on the defensive side of the ball. It's 4th and 7 with 18 seconds left in the half. He could have easily punted the ball away. The Patriots would have took a leg, and he could have took the game into the half with the lead. What does he do? He goes for it in his own side of the field. 4th and 7, slant to Waddle. Waddle takes it to the house. Miami never looks back. Big brass balls from a rookie coach. Showed belief in his offense. Showed belief that if it didn't work, his defense was going to save him. And team, unit, all in the same mind, all in the same frame of work.
Fast and loose, man. Fast and loose.
Yeah, Miami wins the game. Brian Daboll, first-year coach. The Giants come out at halftime down 13-0. You could have said the same old Giants. This team's not going to win. This Titan team is angry for what happened to them last year. They're going to kick the snot out of the Giants in the second half. What happens? The Giants do the opposite. They kick the snot out of the Tennessee Titans. Now, the play I'm referring to is 20-19. Daboll doesn't say, I'm a first-year coach. Let's kick the extra point. It's kind of a morale win. We'll take it into overtime. No, that bastard goes for the 2-point conversion. Here's who I wanted as a coach, and you know that. Nothing against Salah. I liked him too. And they win the game because he had huge brass balls, and he said, it's all balls are bigger than their balls, and I'm going to prove it with my 53 guys.
Yes. Yes.
Did you see after that 2-point, how they all came over and hugged him? I never see our players hug Salah because we don't show brass balls for our team. Our coaches have no faith. And that leads me to the point I'm trying to get is when it was 4th and 5 from our 45-yard line, and I think the score at the time was 7-0 or whatever. Why didn't he go for the first down? Why didn't he say, I have confidence in my offense, and I damn sure have confidence in my defense who's playing well? No, he decides to kick a 45-yard field goal in the rain in MetLife. Where's the ball, Salah? I'm sorry. That's how I view it. I saw 2 coaches show friggin' balls and go for it. One won the game on that play, and one made the lead so big that the Patriots couldn't do anything about it. And the teams rallied around their coaches for showing these balls.
And this, when we do something, where is that? Where is that? The team should play like that.
But Kevin, you're only as good as your leader. I'm sorry. When you saw McDaniel for the Dolphins do what he did, that fired up the offense and defense. So they could say, all right, our coach has us. I'm going to go for a wall through this guy.
Yeah, man.
The Giants, all week long, and you live in the Jersey area even more than me. They got this Giant team now. They're pumped. They think they could kick the shit out of Carolina this week, and they probably could. They're going to be 2-0 with a quarterback who everyone couldn't in the Jersey Giant area couldn't wait to run out of town. They're going to be 2-0 because the coach coaches and has balls and shows his players he's one of the 53 and he's going to fight for them. I'm sorry, show some balls, Salah. You're going for a friggin' field goal in the rain? Just to what? Put points on the board?
And I mean, here looking ahead to Cleveland. What do you think about Flacco starting?
I think he's going to get crushed. He couldn't run out of the pocket against the Ravens. This is a blitzing team.
You have the Clowney, freaking Garrett.
Yeah,
Geez.
Miles Garrett. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This game could be over at halftime.
Did you know that Flacco is 0-6 as a starter for the Jets?
Yeah, I got one better for you.
Covering 2020, 2021, and 2022.
I got one better for you, Kevin. In Joe Flacco's last 20 starts after he left the Ravens, he's 3-17. 3-17.
Hasn't won a start since 2019 when he played for the Broncos.
Yeah. 3 for 7. And his last 20 starts, his record is 3-17. And our last win in September, I'll repeat myself again, was 2018 with Sam Darnold when we won that opening night against Detroit, and we haven't won a game in September since.
And listen to, I'm reading this.
I'm listening.
As I'm listening to you. This could be this year, but it's last year. White hasn't played since a 4-interception performance last November 14th against the Bills. In 3 starts, he had 4 touchdown passes and 6 interceptions. After the blowout loss to the Bills, he was benched in favor of Flacco. Yeah. Wilson was out with a knee injury.
Yeah.
2 years in a row, you're starting quarterbacks out with a knee injury?
Yeah.
You're made of glass.
The only week 1 bright spot for me was our linebackers. They combined for 20 tackles and 1 sack. The Ravens had their lowest rushing output under a Lamar Jackson starting team in 63 total yards was the lowest rushing total for a Lamar Jackson team where he started the game. That's it, Kev. That's it. Like I said, until Jared Wilson learns the other 2 positions, we're never going to see the flash that we thought we were getting. Meanwhile, Dotson, rookie, 2 touchdowns. I think Drake London had 10 catches. He played well.
Just draw up some plays for the dude and let him play.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
And to come out in your press conference and tell us that he doesn't know the FN disease. Well, now you gave the other team notice that he doesn't know, so he's only limited to what he could do. So you gave that away. But I whatever, Kev. I mean, listen, I've seen this movie. I know the ending. Mm-hmm. I read the book. I know how it ends. It has the makings of another season over with by Halloween. I hope I'm wrong, Kevin. I want to come on with you Monday when we do our post game for the Jets Cleveland with smiles on our faces and say, wow, did you see this team turn it around? Every mistake they made, they cleaned up. They looked like a fighting unit. Salah made that gutsy call that kept the drive going. I want to say all these things and not, well, when Zach Wilson comes back, we might be better. We're putting all our eggs in a kid who's played 7 games.
I don't know. And hey, and you get no respect anywhere. You don't even get any respect in Vegas. You're a 6.5 point dog.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
The money line is minus 290 Cleveland. And I'll explain what that means to you. That means you have to bet $290 to win 100.
Yeah. Great.
Who do you think they think's gonna win?
Oh yeah. And here we are, exactly 8 days into the official start of the season, and we're 32 in the power rankings. Not that I ever go by those friggin' things, but here we are, 0-1, 32 in the power rankings, week 1. I said to you, if we could shock the world and beat the Ravens, there was going to be something to talk about. All right? At least maybe not on all the ESPNs or the Good Morning Football, but on the SNYs and our local shows, we would have something to talk about. Instead, the talk is all about the Giants and how great they look and how well they play and how they're confident. They're like, when I hear the coach says, it's going to be loud in our stadium Sunday when Carolina comes in. It's going to be a raucous crowd. And it probably will be. That Giant fan base is going to be pumped. And here we might be coming into our stadium in 9 days to play the Bengals 0-2 and looking like we might be picking number 1 again.
I printed out some things.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
It's guys' predictions, okay? Some of these sports guys for the game Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dudes, 1 guy picks the Jets.
Wow. Who's the 1 guy? You have his name? I want to save the receipt.
Ha!
Yeah.
Nate Davis. I don't know where he's from.
Yeah.
One guy's got 27-14 Cleveland, 24-16 Cleveland, 24-17 Cleveland.
Yeah, all covering, right? All covering. Yeah. Everyone's got them covering, yeah.
Well, 2017, this guy has. And this Nate Davis all by himself, 1916, he says, New York.
He's got them winning or losing?
Winning.
Wow. So not only does he not have Cleveland covering, he's got us winning outright. Because even if he had Cleveland win in 1916, he wins because Cleveland didn't cover the spread.
Right.
Whatever, Kevin. This team has to start. Again, we've used this line before. Show me, don't tell me. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Hostile environment. You're going to see 55,000 screaming brownie elves yelling and screaming in their orange and brown. It's going to look like I don't know what kind of scene. And
it's Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah. They're going to make him
holy crap. They're going to make him look like Randall Cunningham. Probably.
Yeah, yes, they are. Yes, they are, Kevin. Yes, they are. And for me, Kevin, unless you have more to say, I have no more to say. I have no more to say. There's nothing else I can say. I'm just hoping that, in 72 hours, when we come back on a Monday, our post game is fired up. We saw what we wanted to see.
Can we go? Yeah. For once.
And let me tell you, Kevin, because of the way the game turned out, I don't want to lose 24-21. I want to win this one. I'm tired of moral victories. That's another thing Salah said.
Yeah.
First he said moral victory, and then he said there's no moral victory, all in the same 5-minute speech. Come on. Stop running the friggin' the stairs every time before the game and get this team fired up and know what you're doing and know what the game plan is. Run the stairs. Jesus. I'm so, it's getting, I was talking to another one of our fellow watchers, and she was like, it's only week 1. She said to me, it's only week 1. I get it. It's only week 1. And I agree, but we all seen this story.
Yeah. It's always week 1.
Yeah. Anyway, would you like to do our picks?
Yeah.
Kevin, let me ask you a question. I don't know if I made him. I don't think I made a mistake, but did you only have 4 wins last week?
Let me say.
To my 7?
Let's see.
I have you winning the Miami.
Yeah, I'm looking through. I'm looking through it here.
I have you winning the Miami game, which we both had. I had you winning the Minnesota game, which we both had.
Right.
The Chiefs game, which we both had. And where's the other one? There's one more I have you winning. Hold on.
The Eagles.
And the Philadelphia game, which I had you winning. Not that my not that my picks were again. I only
it was brutal.
7 of the games. The game that shocked me was Seattle. And you see, that coach
Gino.
Yeah, but it wasn't even Gino. Denver had 5 chances in the red zone, and they shit the bed on all 5 chances. And then I'm sorry, like you talk about coaches with brass balls. This coach on a 4th and 5 with the $500 million quarterback who was a Super Bowl champion. You didn't want to go for it in 4th and 5. None of that. You took the clock all the way down to try a 60-yard field goal in Seattle. And then the next day, in his press conference, he had to tell you why it was a mistake. After he got reamed on Tuesday, he came back on Wednesday to say he made a coaching mistake.
Incredible.
How do these guys get jobs?
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I got
no
Russell Wilson
idea.
4th and 5. I'm going for it. My organization is paying him $254 million. Russ, get these 6 yards for us. Here's the play. Let's do it.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
That's why you got him. I don't know.
Some odd field goal in Seattle, and that's how they won the game. Although I do want to give credit because I think it was the best quote I heard, and I think it's going to be hard to top this quote. When the reporter asked Gino a question and he said, "People had me written off, but I didn't write back." I love that. How great was that quote?
Yeah.
They had me written off or whatever, and I didn't write back, Love that quote. Good.
Nobody can play when they're here. They leave here, they can play.
No. Yeah. You want to talk about another name? And it's meaningless. How about Amendola last night for the Chiefs getting called up because the kicker's hurt and he was perfect. 3 for 3 on extra points and a field goal. Perfecto. And let me tell you, though that field goal could have probably been made for 50 some odd yards last night.
Yep. You can.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, we were hoping that Jarrett Wilson was going to come out on week 1 and be electrifying like we heard Dotson, 2 touchdowns. I heard Drake London had a great game. What are we waiting for? We got these great rookies, or we think they're great. Play them. And here's the other thing. Like, it's true. Like, you got Carl Lawson. The man is awesome. You're not putting him on a 3rd down situation? I mean, Lawson should be on every goddamn play unless he takes himself out of the game.
Right. Let him tell you.
God damn it! Anyway, let's get into week 2 picks, Kevin, because I don't know what else there is to say. I feel like we should do our Jet picks all over because I don't see how 10-7 is happening. I don't see how 10-7 is happening.
Nope.
So here we go. Week 2. Are you ready? New York at Cleveland.
Well,
you have that face that says, I really think Cleveland is going to win, but I'm going to stick with our team one more week and see. That's the look I get when I see you.
You know that look, don't you?
Yeah. Because I feel this.
Because if you don't do it here, it's here we go again.
Yeah, because what's going to happen is we're 0-2. We're going to come home against the Bengals, and every bad play is going to be booed out of the shit out of this team, and you could see the writing on the wall. I'm taking the Jets this week because I am a Jet fan, but I don't know how much longer for the sake of this little game that we play, I'm going to be taking them for any of these other games. I don't know.
Like I said, you don't do it this week.
Yeah, and you know what?
What did I hear? There's a teams that go 0-2. There's a 10% chance of making the playoffs.
Yes, yeah. And Kevin, you know what? And we all killed him, and we called him a washed-up has-been. If this team goes 0-7, how many receipts is Brady Quinn taking? Because he called it. Right? We killed that man. Everyone killed him. Every Jet fan I knew with a show like ours killed him. Lou, what do you don't know what you're talking about? He might be correct the way this team is friggin' playing. I hope not. I'm sure Brady Quinn saved all his receipts.
Well, correct or not, shut up.
You're right. You're right, but are we ever going to make somebody wrong for how they feel about our organization? Are we ever just going to say, you know what, enough?
Well, that's what Salah said the other day, but like everybody fired back at him, dude, you're here your second year. You don't know what it's like to be a miserable freaking Jet fan. Yeah. You don't know the crap we've had to watch.
Anyway, so you have the Jets, or you taking Cleveland?
I'm taking the Jets.
Okay. Washington at Detroit.
Give me the Lions.
I'm surprised that Detroit is home back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, me too. 2 weeks in a row. Yeah. Who are you taking?
I like the Lions as well, Kevin. But I think if they don't win this week to a Washington team, I might have to start rethinking my picks when it comes to Detroit. I might have to start rethinking that. Tampa Bay at New Orleans. Tom's kryptonite is coming in. Tampa Bay is going to New Orleans.
Give me the Bucks.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to go the opposite, and I'm going to take the Saints. Only because I think this is Tom's kryptonite. He can't beat this Saint team. Carolina at the Giants. I have the Giants. Remember, it's a Giant home opener.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I gotta agree.
New England at Pittsburgh. Now, Watt is out for 6 to 8 weeks. Do you like New England, or are they done? Are they in the same boat we're in?
In Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Give me the Steelers.
Yeah, I'm with you. Indianapolis at Jacksonville. Who do you like?
Colts.
You do? Wow. I'm going to go.
No. I changed my mind.
All right. Let me scratch that. Yeah, I'm with you. That's who I'm going with. I
think Trevor gets his win.
Now, I heard a few people on Good Morning Football. They like Miami this week at Baltimore. I don't. I'm going with Baltimore. Do you like Miami? Did they show you enough in their win against New England that they could beat Baltimore home opener?
At home, no.
So you like Baltimore as well?
Yeah, I got to take the Ravens.
Let's face it, Kevin. It's always hard for us to go for a team in our division. It would have to be like a lights out win for me to take Miami. You know, I never want to see teams in our division win.
Maybe a long day for Tua.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's hope, because if they go 2-0 and Buffalo goes 2-0, whew.
And New England wins.
Yeah, they won. Well,
by chance, and you go to. Never mind. Keep going.
If New England goes up to Pittsburgh and wins, oh boy. Atlanta at the Rams. Who do you have?
Oh, give me the Rams.
I'm with you. Seattle at San Francisco. Before you say, I'm taking Geno in Seattle to win on the road. I don't know why, but I'm doing it.
San Fran at home.
Is
Give me the
Kittle's
nine.
back? Is
I don't
Kittle
know.
playing this weekend? I don't know either.
Give me the Niners.
Okay, I will put you down for the Niners.
We're too much alike here so far.
This week, yeah, we only have two opposite games. You have Tampa, I have New Orleans, I have Seattle, you have the Chiefs. But that might change in the last couple of games. Cincinnati going to Dallas.
No Zach.
Yeah.
Or Dak, rather.
Even if they had Dak, do you think they could beat Cincinnati?
Nah.
I like the Bengals.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
All right. Houston played a tough game last week going to the Colts.
Going
Denver's
where?
going to be pissed. They probably feel like they gave one away. They're coming home.
I gotta take. Give me the Broncos.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I didn't get a lot from Arizona. They didn't look like they were ready to play the Chiefs. But then again, who is? Arizona at the Raiders. Just win, baby.
Give me the Raiders.
Wow. We are on fire. We are agreeing on a lot of these games. I have a feeling that this will be the game where we disagree. And I'll tell you my pick first.
Go ahead.
Chicago at Green Bay. Now, before I tell you my pick, I will tell you that Chicago has not beaten Green Bay, I think, in over 1,000 days, which is like 3 years. It's a little over 3 years of football. But I think that changes this weekend in Lambeau, and Chicago Bears get the win. Crazy?
I caught a clip of Rodgers after the game last weekend.
Okay.
The guy looks like he's taking peyote or something.
Right? Right? That's funny.
I'm telling you.
That is funny. So does that mean you're taking Green Bay, or are you going with me and taking the Bears as the upset special?
I got to take the Bears.
Wow. 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 And the last two games, Kevin, we're getting a Monday night doubleheader. I was surprised we're getting a doubleheader in week 2.
Yeah, usually that's week 1, right?
Usually it's week 1, yeah.
Yeah.
But this week we're getting the doubleheader. So the first game on the schedule is Tennessee at Buffalo. I will be taking Buffalo.
Oh, please. Absolutely.
Okay. And the second game, Minnesota at Philadelphia. Both 1-0.
Give me Philly.
All right. So for fun, Kevin, I'm going to take Minnesota. So we have a little fun Monday.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Good.
And that's my picks. And we'll see how it all turns out in week 2.
That's a wrap on the picks for week 2.
Yep. And episode 74 is in the books. I will talk to you on Sunday during the game.
Where they
hopefully
play for pay.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll have a lot to discuss in good terms instead of bad terms.
For once.
Yeah.
For once. Can we do it in week 2 and not like some crap game in week 13 or something that means nothing?
Yeah, we want meaningful football. It's got to start this week. It's got to start. We have to start this winning now, this week.
Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So just win, baby. That's what Al says.
Yep. All right, brother. Another good one. We will talk soon.
Absolutely. We'll talk to you guys later. Like, share, subscribe, comment.
Please. Yep.
Let's go. And we'll talk to you Sunday after the game. Right?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. All right. Till then, shut up. We'll talk to you later.
Yep.